Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Tifosi Time, your weekly Serie A podcast coming to you live, 9 p.m. Eastern on, where are we? YouTube and Twitch. We're also played on every podcast, so if you like the audio version. This is episode 53, our one-year anniversary. Out producing what a lot of the critics predicted us to do by 49 and a half weeks. So we are still on. So well done, fellas. I'm Frank. I'm here with Dan, Chris, and Pietro. Say hello, fellas.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, guys.
Can we just get right into it and talk about Caputo, please?
Caputo's Corner, and that's a new record.
We'll get to him.
So is it too early or too late in life to change fandom and get rid of Juventus?
I don't even know why I'm wearing this shirt. For the people listening on the podcast, they have a Juventus shirt on. I don't know why. Can't stand this team.
We have a ton to talk about. This is probably going to be a 12, 13-hour show.
Let's go Inter.
Let's go Inter from Pond in the chat. If you're in the chat, feel free to join in. Pond is our resident Inter fan. He loves them.
We have some Inter love. They're doing good right now.
Yeah.
All right, so where do you guys want to start? Dan, be our master of ceremonies. Give this show some direction.
All right, before we start with the league, we're going to talk about quickly go over the tournament fixtures that we have. I don't want to break down each one of these games because we really will be here 4 hours. But you had the Europa League, Champions League, and the Conference League. I put that there too for us. So Champions League this week, you had Malmo, Juventus. Juventus won 3-0. I mean, not much to say about that game. Villarreal versus Atalanta, 2-2. Inter versus Real Madrid, 1-0. And Liverpool, AC Milan, 3-2 Liverpool win. Again, the first round, the first day of the group stage. So it's not too much to get crazy about. We'll get in more depth as we get further along with the groups. Europa League, we had Lazio losing to Galatasaray 1-0, and you had Napoli versus Leicester City, which I didn't watch, but Chris, you watched that, right? 2-2 draw. Napoli played pretty good in that game, right?
I didn't watch this game.
I thought you watched that game.
Nah.
They made up both time. They were losing.
They were losing twice and came back, yeah. And then the Conference League, Rome beat CSKA Sofia 5-1. So they were my dark horse.
The oldest Golden Girl.
Yes.
I don't know. Just really quick talking about, I don't know. If I'm Rome, man, I'm playing backups for that tournament. I'm concentrating on the league. I really don't care about that. That's me personally.
Yeah, I mean, that's a new tournament, and I think the fact that Mourinho played a lot of his starters, that showed this week, and we'll get to the Rome game, but they looked very tired in their game versus Hellas Verona, and I think this was the reason why. But quickly, like I said, I just wanted to go over those results in case somebody didn't find those earlier in the week. Yes, and the winner of the Conference League goes to the Europa League. Well, hopefully Roma's got ambitions of Champions League.
Exactly.
Anyway, so
that's my point, which is true. Cool, but I don't know. They have chances of doing that anyway. So
yeah, I mean, it's good for the money and exposure and all that. And if you can get a trophy somewhere, why not try for it? I just think this early in the group stages of the Conference League, if you can't beat those teams with your backups, then what the hell are you doing? Yeah. CSK Sofia, that's not a real team.
Yeah, that was the mom to Dorothy. Roommates with Blanche.
Sofia used to be better.
So you've heard of CSK Sofia?
Used to be better than that.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of them.
It's a look like Juventus.
So anyway, let's go into the this week's games. Where do you guys want to start? Juventus?
Of course.
All right, let's start with Juventus.
They suck.
So Juventus Milan 2:45 Sunday game, the afternoon game, late game. 1-1 draw. Again, this Juventus comes out with the first goal, like in many other games. They blow the lead, and if that game was 15, 20 minutes longer, they probably would have lost that game, in my opinion. That's the way that second half was going. Yeah. But somebody give me some reactions on that.
The first half we did good.
Yeah,
it was very good.
First half they played well. Well, better than Milan.
Now, did you see
I will be
Allegri
back. My
complain?
dog's having a conniption.
He say at least he made a mistake on the substitution.
He did.
What I say, he made the mistake in the initial starting the game.
What would you have
Because
changed?
when you start to do bad team in the beginning, you lose.
So what would you have changed?
Change. Delete Chiesa should have been there.
Agreed.
He should have been there no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
È inutile equilibrio. Qual è equilibrio? Equilibrio inventa. Chiesa could play instead of Rabiot.
Yeah, I mean, Chiesa, I don't know if he's not 100% fit. He couldn't start maybe, but it would have been nice to see him out there for longer than 30 minutes.
Plus, he complained. He say, you heard, right? He say they want to play with Juventus, refer to Keane, Kuleveski, Chiesa. Come on, that's not the way to act. I mean, it's been like 4 or 5 months. The national team, Chiesa has been the best. And you live out.
Yeah,
Huh.
look, I think so. I watched the game at Daddy's house, right? And the same thing I said, okay, is Chiesa, if he's hurt, then he shouldn't be able to come in off the bench, right? But like to me, this was because Allegri made a comment too that he had a hard, like almost like a decision, right, between Cuadrado and Chiesa, figuring out how to play them together. So I think that is affecting why he didn't play him, and that's a self-made problem by the manager. Like Cuadrado should play right back, Chiesa should play. Those are two of the first 3 people you should put on the thing with Dybala and Locatelli every week. And if you can't even figure that out, then I have no sympathy for you when you get fired.
They say Chiesa played 2 individuals. He cannot play with the team.
Who said that?
He compare him to Ronaldo. It's the same thing. Ronaldo kept us scoring. Like he looked like he were okay.
Yeah, but I don't even get that vibe from Chiesa. Like, and I heard after he had his press conference, and he was like, "Oh, maybe I should have put more defensive players in." Like, Chiesa's the only one that runs. He was coming back and helping. Like, I don't even understand.
He said I didn't hear that. He thought he should put more defensive players. See, that's why Allegri is limited and not going to go anywhere, because the first half Juventus played decent. Actually, I thought it was the best half they played so far. And I said, "Oh, maybe everything's changing around, right?" Second half, we didn't have the ball at all. We waited to press until they got into our half. And, even by his change of taking out Dybala shows me he's an idiot. Because Dybala is the one person that was touching the ball, creating something, can do something for you. And even with Ronaldo gone, Dybala doesn't have 90 minutes in his legs? Did it have to do that they played a bunch of games midweek? Like, I don't understand. Like, what were you going to get from Special K, Kovalevsky, Kovalenti, whatever his name is, that Dybala wasn't giving you? Like, it makes no sense to me. Like, logically, what was he going to get out of it?
I'm not sure.
You see what happened? Milan came out when the guy got injured.
Yeah.
Because he fixed the game, he fixed the team. He put it to tomorrow in the middle.
Yeah.
He put that guy on the right side.
Yeah, Kalulu.
But if Chiesa was on the left side, he could have given trouble.
Oh, he would have exposed him for sure.
Well, that was Pioli made his own problem there too, right? Instead of just playing Tomori in the middle with Kyer and then playing like Florenzi on the right, he decided to, he messed up their defense in the beginning, and I think that also helped Juventus because.
Plus, I don't understand when they say Cuadrado can play forward. Midfield, I think he played better when he played fullback.
Yeah,
he does
because he comes from behind.
In fact, you saw a couple times where I thought Cuadrado was slow in his thinking, half a step, and he was like losing the ball, and that's because it's different pace in the midfield versus coming from back in fullback.
I didn't like the way Cuadrado played. I thought he was very, he made a lot of mistakes, especially that first half.
To start that game, he looked hungover. I don't know what he was.
But that's why we made comments, right? Someone texted me, one of you guys texted me, I think he's drunk. It's because it's a different pace and it's a different positioning when you're starting in the midfield versus coming from behind as a fullback. Yeah. And you turn a good player that can attack from fullback into a very mediocre midfielder wing. Yeah. So again, this is the coach who's with them. right? He should know these
And
players.
because we say everybody say Quadrado is good, they can play. Yeah, but one thing is to play some place he can play better, good, and one
Yeah.
thing is play someplace else.
They're all good. It's can you make them great? That's the
Yeah.
coach's job. Like
Yeah.
put him in the spot where they're going to succeed. He succeeds better at defense, in a defensive position. And
he thrives at right back, where he can go attack,
Yeah.
overlapping runs, and just be a nuisance for the rest of the team. Like
Then you know what I don't understand. You know what I don't understand, guys. I could understand the Chiellini if Giroud or Ibrahimovic was there.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yeah.
see Chiellini if they're not there. Plus, we see in the corner kick and the goal they score are nice. Who's supposed to mark that for
yeah. I mean that's the point. The center forward you're marking with Locatelli. Why are you not putting Chiellini on the center forward? Like, doesn't that make sense? Isn't that why he's in there to
No,
go against?
all right, but that's maybe Chiellini got someone taller than Rebic. But if you notice, all the goal you get, Rabiot is in front of. He never get the ball.
Because he's so
He
lazy
never
on
jump to
defense.
get the ball.
He's so late. He was out of position.
So there, it's a position you should put somebody else where you put a Rabiot. Because in a Katsuzo.
No, I'd rather have Bernadeschi on left midfield than Rabiot. He's going to hustle more.
It doesn't matter. Fact, the goal we got it from corner kick. For mistake, Rabiot did.
Yeah,
We've already had a lot of goals.
He
scored-
got confused.
scored out of
We
corner
could give it the
kicks.
ball to Chesney. He got confused. They put in the
Last week you're talking about, yeah.
Hey, let's give some credit to Chesney this week. He actually saved the game with that.
He saved the game
Yeah.
this time. He saved
They
the
could have
point.
lost easily. Yeah.
We do like to bash him, but he came up huge with that save on Kululu, charging from the right back. It didn't even look like he touched the ball. He thought he shot it over, but he made a quality save.
I don't understand how, since 3 weeks ago, Tonali was the worst midfield. Now he look like
Now
the best.
he's the best in the world.
Well, okay. So we said this, right? Tonali is very much. This is proving the point from last year. Tonali, it's all mental. Like when he had a bad season, it's spiraled.
Yeah, but it took the game and changed him mental.
Well,
That means you don't have another one to watch, to look.
He had the summer to get better, to train more. He's had a year under his belt.
Scored a goal.
His confidence is crazy. He's shooting from everywhere. He's pinpointing passes. He's hustling back like Gattuso.
Maybe he's on drug.
No.
Get out of here.
I mean, he wasn't running that crazy or anything. I mean, listen, he's better than he was last year where he stunk. Does he still have lots of room to grow? Yeah,
for sure.
And
it doesn't hurt when you're playing next to Kessie.
Guys, did you notice even Romagnola played good that Sunday?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Listen,
that means we're not good.
We're not good. We've said it for 2 years.
Like Frank say, the old guy who could do something, even he was tied at the ball. It's the old one who could do something for us, so you take him out.
I mean, do you see how upset Dybala was when he came out? And it goes beyond, I think, just a player doesn't want to come out. It's now this is a pattern, right? Like the guy, Ronaldo's there, he can't play, he comes out. No matter who's missing, Dybala always comes out. It's like, see he's the only one with a little bit of talent and class there?
But maybe it's one of those.
Tied, like he say, he wasn't tied. This is the only one who can invent something, who can do something.
Right, you guys are right, but maybe it's one of those things where the coach is letting him know, hey, give me 70 minutes of like your hardest, and we're going to take you out. Maybe it's one of those things.
Can play 90.
Why
Who
70?
doesn't play? He can play 90. 7 good at 20 like that.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe he took Morata out too. Morata got hurt, right? So maybe it was a thing like he thought 70 minutes because they played midweek, but this is not the first time he's took the ball out. And I feel like Allegri just has.
Then when you do the substitution, Morata out, Keane in. Why don't you put both of them?
Well, that's what I was going to say. That's why I was laughing at when you said, "Oh, maybe I should have went more defensive." I'm like, he took one forward out and put the other one in. So it was like he was like happy that they were tying, is what I saw.
Yeah, he had at one point. He say the 1 point is better than nothing. It's okay.
So one thing I'll say about Allegri, and to your point, guys, what you were saying that like he substituted one forward for another forward. If you watch the Rome game, and we'll talk about it later, like Mourinho saw his team was down. He changed his formation completely, knowing that he needed to score goals. He put in 2 forwards. He put 3 attacking midfielders. He at least tried to change things up. Allegri, you're just going to get the same crap every week. Just, hey, I'm subbing this for this, you know? Not reading the game as much.
No, because you already decided. McKenna is not good. Ramos is not good. Nobody's good.
That's another thing too. Like
he's not good.
You saw the midfield was like dead tired. He has no confidence in anyone else that he could put in there. So we're just going to let him walk around the field, essentially. They were dead tired.
That's the thing. It's like, so right now, he's proven to me in 4 weeks that we have different opinions on who's important on the team, because we thought McKennie should have been important, right? Not that he has a lot of room to grow, but he would have been
not the way he's playing right now.
Yeah. No, right now
he's
horrible.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him either right now.
No, in a certain role, McKennie can be very helpful.
In a certain role.
Not the bullshit that he's putting him in.
Chiesa doesn't start. Locatelli took him 3 weeks to play. De Ligt, $85 million, doesn't play.
And that's the biggest head scratcher.
So
let's get stuck.
So you know what's going to happen, right? Like De Ligt, they're going to have to end up selling because it's a waste of money.
It's coming.
And then Dybala is going to leave for free because how long do you really want to stay?
He look like he wants to save Bernardeschi.
Yeah, Bernardeschi and Kowalski.
He look like he wants to save him, or maybe put him in another. I don't know.
I'm not getting.
You see that I criticize him even when he won the championship because I didn't like his play. He would have really won nothing. Everyone not happy. All right, that's why we got a Sarri, we got a Pirlo. That's why.
The difference,
we didn't even if you recall, we didn't like even the play Conte. Yeah, run, but you get tired. The same play. We didn't like the 3-5-2. We criticize these people.
The difference now is
what's his name? Allegri. It's 2 years he don't coach, but he remained 2 years back. Plus, he doesn't have the same player he had when he left.
Team is worse.
Yes, he's a player now.
Yeah.
Well, so the one thing that you see, and again, I'm more criticism than I'm giving him credit for anything because I'm not a big fan of Allegri's. You could see the team starting to understand the model a little bit better, and how they're set on the field, more compact. I'll give him that, but also they were more compact because it was clear. He told them don't press until they're in our half, right? So it's very easy to stay compact when you're only defending half the field. Right?
Ma compacto, what? You know, you leave the elite out.
That's
you want to play compact.
I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, Bentancur played okay for the first half.
I thought he played decent the first half.
Rabiot was pretty much pointless in the second half. I don't know why he stayed on. It was like the game before. What was the game before we criticized him when they left Kowalski and Bernardeschi, and when they did absolutely nothing and didn't sub him out? Yeah. It's like
actually, I heard the Bernardeschi come in too. I don't even notice he came in.
Did he come in?
He didn't come in. He only used 3 subs.
He came in.
He used 3 different subs at 3 different times, so he couldn't make extra subs. It was bad management on the subs.
Oh, you know what the question?
Oh, really? That's right. Because
you know what the question Allegri is not used to the 5 substitution.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You're an
Dan
idiot
just said that. He goes. Because you only get 3 substitution times and you only use 3. He didn't do 2 for 1, so he couldn't even. Gasparini at halftime made 3 changes before the second half started.
That doesn't count as a substitute if you do it at halftime. So
but he did 3 because the team needed something.
What are they paying Allegri for?
Guys, substitution you don't need to do when someone is injured. Yeah. Sometimes you need to do to change the game. Because you see some people they don't play the way they should.
So
you put somebody else to change.
So Keane was an injury, and then Kowalski came in for Dybala, and then who was the other one?
Chiesa went in for
Quadrado.
For Quadrado,
which he made like 2 minutes apart, but not together.
I don't know.
Right? Why wouldn't you put Quadrado back?
No, because he thinks like that. Chiesa or Quadrado. If
Right.
they play Chiesa, Morata, Dybala, one of them they say has to stay out. Who
Well,
said
That's what I
that?
was saying. I thought, okay, 1-1. Why don't you put Quadrado back in defense? And then put
Because he
Chiesa
wanted
into-
to go even more defensively, if you could believe that. I mean, I guess
At
the
home.
way you could see that game going, that last 30 minutes, I mean, I probably would have went a little more defensive too, because it looked like they were going to score another goal. But
going more defensive just lets the other team attack you even more.
yeah,
Right.
Like-
and Frankie's right. They are home. Like you need like I don't know.
these are points that you want to pick up. One other thing I'll say about Juventus, I still like them on the counterattack. That goal from Morata, off the corner kick, they get the ball. Who was it? Sandro actually made a nice play to pass the ball.
You cannot base your.
I know you can't
You
rely
cannot
on
base your player on the counter attack.
I understand, but they're very good at it. Is my point.
They're dangerous.
They're dangerous and fast. They have
Yeah,
fast
but are
players.
they good at it?
Let me tell you, if
Mhm.
the ball play closer to the area, the adversary area, it's a more danger. But he has to go to get the ball himself.
Yeah,
Because
he's
the
got to work.
defense sucks.
He's got to work really hard if he does that, and then he gets tired, and you have to take him out 70 minutes.
I mean, think about the goal we scored. Literally, it was half-field sprint that Morata was able, and he finished well. Like, how?
But
many of those times is that
that's
gonna
where
work
you're
for you?
using Morata. That's where he's best at. With his speed. If he's not using his speed, he's useless.
No, I know, but we have a lot of guys that play better in speed. But I don't think you can play. You can't expect to beat big teams.
No, it's not a sound way to play. It's not a way that you're looking to win But the fact that they can capitalize on that. If you're going to play defensively anyway, like he wants to play, well, then you better counterattack. Because if you can't, then you're not going to do anything.
Yeah, but the way he's thinking is past. Now they show everybody show, even against Inter, which is the best team right now. When a team press them, they get confused.
Yep.
You cannot make them play. They kill you.
And Allegri had 11 people behind the half field line. They were not pressing
like
at all.
the Milan. If you make the Milan play, they kill you.
Of course,
If you make Napoli play, they kill you.
Tonali's way worse when you pressure him. We've seen it all last year. You put someone on him, and he can't do anything with the ball. So,
and let's just look at a small sample size, right? This is now 3 games where Juventus had the lead.
Yeah.
Udinese 2-2. They were winning 2-0. Napoli, they were winning 1-0. They lost what? 2-1, 3-1. Where they lose? I don't even remember.
2-1.
And 1-1. So is this working so great for you? Because the ultimate time to counterattack is when you have the lead.
Yeah.
The other team. So right now we can't defend the lead. I think they said something like 17 games in a row. Juventus has not had a clean sheet. 19 in a row.
18.
I mean, that's ridiculous. When Juventus was good, they would go 10, 12 games without giving up a goal.
He still wants to play with his mentality.
Now they have 18 where they can't manage not to give up a goal. What are we playing, football?
It's rough. It's not a good position on either side of the ball. They're not.
You know what's the problem? The problem is the contract they made to him for 4 years.
He wants to fire him.
That's the problem. Because it was 4 years contract. You cannot decide to throw him out.
No, he's not going anywhere.
You're stuck with them for at least 2 years, unless it goes so bad that he asked to sign to get out. But he's not going to give you that money back.
Yeah, why would he do that?
Yeah,
but
you're stuck with them for 3 years.
Going to the left, you know what they gave? They just fixed now half of the salary.
Yeah, you have to buy him out.
Yeah, you have to buy him out. How many coaches can we pay not to coach? Pirlo, Sarri, Allegri. We have no money, and we're paying people not to coach. We have a whole staff of people that aren't coaching.
But by the way, Tudor starts good.
Hey.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. He did do well. Really quickly on Milan, because we didn't talk about them, and they have 10 points. They're up there in the top 4. This is a game where they didn't have Giroud, they didn't have Ibra, they didn't have Calabria, and they still pull out a draw away to Juventus. That's solid.
They didn't play well, but they were missing. Dan, to your point, they missed a lot of people.
Yeah,
Calabria not having.
Some play well. Like Tonali played well, Diaz played well. I think Salamakers just sucks. You know how I know he sucks? Because Sandro's blown by him. That's how I know he sucks.
By the way, Sandro's looking like he's remembering kind of what he was like in the first year.
I don't want to say it because I don't like to give him a lot of praise, but the last 2 games he's played decent.
But he's playing good. Otherwise, he's playing good. Otherwise, I had the solution. Danilo on the left side.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, that's
But
still
he's
going to work
playing
out.
good
'Cause-
right now.
Yeah, but is he going to continue to play like that? He's going to keep
No,
getting better?
no.
I mean, it was Malmo and it was, Salamakers.
So Milan had, Juventus had chances in the first half. Magnan made some saves. Romagnoli's actually playing a lot better than last year. I mean, last year he was atrocious, and he actually looks like
I
a
don't know. Is he
competent
playing
one
better, though?
que-
He
you
had
know-
no pressure from Juventus.
He is playing better.
You know the pagella, they do the pagella, right? In the pagella, they gave it to Chiellini and Bonucci 6.9.5.
What?
What they did, both of them?
I don't
Did
know.
they have the chance to show their greatness?
I don't know. The one corner kick header they scored on. So I don't
Listen, Rebic did not touch a ball until the corner kick header. He
Yeah,
didn't touch a ball.
I mean, Rebic he's going to give you the effort and all that, but he's not
So
an
how
out-and-out
much-
striker.
yeah.
So
How much do you
Leao
want to credit
wasn't
that on the
there.
defense? I
Leao
don't know.
wasn't there.
Yeah.
Kessa didn't play well. It just Tonali killed us.
Yeah, he
I
played
don't know if
well.
he killed us, but
But
he
he
played
played well.
better in midfield than Kessie.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, first time the fourth time in Juventus' history they don't have a win in their first 4 games, and we will laugh at the table later altogether. Okay.
It's amazing.
Hey, but now with the next 3 games, they won 9 points.
Yeah. Okay. They can win all they
You
want.
optimist? You optimist? I'm not.
I'm not optimistic.
They
they're gonna
want
get
9
out of
points.
9.
What? These 3 games they want 9. They only
Spezia,
wanted 2
Roma,
out of the first 4.
Sampdoria.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
I'm
right. They're
saying
not
4
getting
points.
9.
They're getting 4.
I agree.
We'll
They're going to
see.
beat Spezia. They're going to tie Sampdoria and tie Rome.
Lose. They'll
5
yeah.
points. Pond says in the chat, do you feel better or worse about the trajectory of the team compared to this point of last season? So I mean, I think for me personally,
Worse.
way worse. I mean, they had a better outlook at least last year. I mean, we have last year on top of this crappy beginning. There's no way you can have a better outlook this year.
Every crap that we gave Ronaldo, again, we'll say it again because I think some people listen and think we didn't like Ronaldo. Ronaldo, we knew he was going to give us your 30 goals. He was going to hide a lot of these defects that Juventus still had. The problem we had was that Juventus had these defects, and sometimes they would win because Ronaldo would score. That was the problem I had, that we were too dependent on Ronaldo.
Now it's just defects and no Ronaldo.
Now it's we suck and we don't have Ronaldo, so good luck with that. He's not even going to save you.
Ronaldo, by the way, who has 4 goals in 3 games for Manchester United.
But let me ask you something, all right? They say Allegri didn't do the team. Wrong. You were there. We bought Rovella. If you look your midfield, Rovella should be there. Because it's better than the other people.
Agreed. If you watch the general game, which I did, Rovella, I think, is at his wit's end, like, get me out of here, because he's by far their best player. And in fairness, going back to not only Allegri, but also the management team, if your midfield is such donkey-do, right, that it stinks, why do
you don't trust. Rabiot, you don't trust.
Why couldn't you bring Rovella back?
Vertical, you don't trust. You buy Rovella. Why don't you put in there?
He makes no money.
Put in there. Have guys.
Put him in there.
Fagioli became the youngest goal scorer this year in Serie B, by the way, this past weekend, just to give you a heads up about that.
Listen, but Ravella and Fagioli are different. Fagioli didn't play in Serie A. Ravella played last year in Serie A.
I just like to make fun of Juventus. Pon's asking, can I convince you guys to become United fans? Chris and I are both Brentford fans in the EPL.
No, listen. We are Juventus fans. Pon, we are Juventus fans, and we don't like just what we see.
Yeah.
I thought you guys liked, what do you call it? What was the show that we watched that we loved?
Sutherland is in the 3rd division, all right?
Yeah, but
in the EPL, it's Brentford. That's
if you're
where
a true Sutherland fan, like the people that live there, 3rd division, 4th division, you go down with them.
Yeah, you try and find in that game on TV. You can't. Why don't we go? Let's move on to another game. Producer, I don't know which producer we have here. Probably our better one, Kim. If you want to just select a different game and we can talk about. No, not. You can pick anyone. Yeah, sure. All right. So,
how you do with the bet?
He's asking you how your betting's going.
Both our producers have a gambling problem.
Our producer has a big gambling problem.
Sponsored by AA.
So we have Verona, Rome, 3-2 Verona win. Their first win of the season and this comes after they fired Di Francesco. Chris won that bet, right? He did the early season predictions. Who first coach to get fired, and he put Di Francesco. So good job by you.
What does it get for
But
them,
you
by the
think
way?
that you think it was Tudor? I don't think so.
So Tudor replaced him, and we all know from last year the rift between Tudor and Pirlo. And guess who has a job now? Tudor and Pirlo doesn't. For me, this game, like I said, Rome played a lot of their players midweek in that Conference League game. They looked very tired, especially in that second half. Verona was getting to every ball.
Yeah, because of the inexperience, Daniel. Because the 5-1 against Sofia and Praga, they enjoy themselves, but they should relax.
But I don't think it was just that.
For this game.
I think they were actually exactly. Yeah, he should have managed the team better. He shouldn't have been playing all those players.
The team better, Mourinho.
For sure. So that that's on Mourinho. I do like the changes he made during the game. Like I said, he actually saw that, hey, I need to go more offensive. I need to score a goal to tie the game, try to win it, whatever.
No, because you think the next game. You win. You relax. You put some people. Oh, did you see today I saw Udinese and Napoli?
Yeah.
You know, the Udinese coach who take him out, the best two.
What?
Why? You know why? Because he wants to relax for next game. Because the game was lost.
Well, yeah, they were down 3 or 4-0. You're going to take out
there
your
was a loss. So what I keep them inside for?
Yeah, well, that's been Mourinho's biggest struggle this year. He's been very short-sighted. He's playing every game like it's the last.
He took out Deferral, Pereira, another one. Good.
Agreed. You got to manage
for the next game. He said, "This is the loss."
With these crazy calendars, you got to manage the rosters, but also don't forget, Mourinho's a brand new coach, so he may also be trying to get the team to play a certain way, so cohesiveness in the first month. You know what I mean? And not be like, let me.
Hey, you know what I tell you? You know what I tell you? Udinese coach. I like Udinese coach.
We're not talking about that game right now. We're talking about Rome.
No, I wasn't talking about
ADD.
Yeah. Sorry, Frank. You were making a point, and then he derailed it. But
no. I think I was done. I was just saying. You know, I agree. Like, if you're winning 5-1 or whatever, like, take your people out, give them a break because you're playing 12 games a week with this stupid calendar. But maybe he's at the beginning stages where he wants to get cohesion between the team, right? Like, I want to get them to play a certain amount. I don't know. That's the only thing I'm thinking.
Well, the thing I'll say to that is they've played 6 games while every other team has played 4 or 5 games. So they've had the most games out of anyone. So they should be the most cohesive team out of anyone this season. A couple things that stood out of here. Pellegrini is just on another level this year compared to where he's been.
A nice goal.
His goal was insane.
He's been great everywhere.
If you haven't seen it, look up the highlights of that game. Cross to the about 8-yard box. He backheels the ball in on a pretty insane deflection that was impossible to stop. Faraoni, you know, that can be considered goal of the year. Yeah. So Pellegrini could be considered goal of the year. Faraoni might have been a better goal with his volley at the
20 want him, but they can never mind.
Well, listen,
Juventus want him.
Pellegrini's a free agent. They're trying to re-sign him. You know, they can't lose Pellegrini for nothing. So if they do, every other team should be jumping on him as soon as possible.
The going back to the game, Caprari, that goal.
Yeah,
what's the defense doing? Just letting them dribble in, shoot wide open shot.
I mean, it was a nice shot. It wasn't a bad shot.
Yeah, but there's no pressure on them.
And they let up 3 goals, and Patricio still made some saves. It could have been 4 or 5.
Dude, if that was Lopez, they would have lost 8-2.
And that's without Sakani, who got sold for $8 million.
Yeah. There was another point I wanted to make about this game, and Chris said something, and then it distracted me.
Tommy.
That's okay.
Zaniolo. Let's talk about him for a second. It hasn't really been himself, right? Yet, at least. But you got to look at.
Did I not say that though? Let's give him some time.
Yeah, you have to give him some time. But like, look at this team: Zaniolo and Pellegrini. I mean, what is Juventus? I mean, we always go back to Juventus, and I hate doing that. But like, 2 studs, and they're Italian. Like, come on.
Listen, even Cristante. Would you not take Cristante over a lot of what we have? I would.
Yeah, I mean, he's such a utility player. He's He's helped them a lot.
He gives you
everywhere on the
more.
field.
He gives you more consistent of what you would hope Rabiot gives you.
No, you know what he does?
Consistent.
He does stuff that Juventus want Bernardeschi to do, but Bernardeschi can't do it. You know what I mean? Like play everywhere, do this, do that, but Cristante can actually do it.
Yeah, exactly. I think he just
Shoot, I really wanted to make another point about Rome, but I forgot what it was. Another thing that I've just remembered. What's a funny little thing that you saw in the game, Mourinho, when he was making the 3 subs at once or 2 or 3 subs, he wrote on a piece of paper the lineup, and he had I forgot who came in. He had him bring a piece of paper to Pellegrini to tell everybody where to go, where the lineup was. It just shows how much like Mourinho loves Pellegrini and has him do everything, and has trust in him.
And he had the balls to just change everything because everyone needs to be told what was going on.
Yeah, and it was funny that you have a player reading a piece of paper in the middle of the game, like, hey, you go here, you go there. You don't see that very often. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, but that's too much, Dad.
That's not too much. He was changing formations. He was actually doing things.
That's
playing 2 up top, 3 attacking midfielders. I mean, you go here, you go there.
It might be too much, but give him credit. He's trying to win. Like I like it. It's better than
that's why he lost. Because he couldn't adjust. With Sofia, if he would have won a 3-1 instead of 5-1, he would have rested some people.
That's different. We agree. I agree with you.
No, hey.
So anyway, it's a bad result. Rome's first loss, Verona's first win, and they needed those 3 points. They really did. Tudor.
Wait, so do I get anything for Di Francesco getting?
Maybe we'll give you extra. We'll give him extra points in the prediction thing or something.
What should he get? 10 points for that, or what?
No, come on, 10 points. He'll win the whole thing if we give him 10 points. Maybe we'll give him 2 points.
2 points.
Okay. Maybe I'll throw on 2 extra points for you in our prediction.
Who predicted that, Verona?
Chris
predicted the first coach fired.
Di Francesco, he predicted. So we got to give him something for that.
Yeah, you got to get something for that.
All right. I don't know which producer we have here, but can you switch the game to something else? I don't know. Sure. Inter, my Pon's favorite team. Inter over Bologna, 6-1 win over Bologna. Bologna, who had been playing decently, to start the season, they looked freaking terrible, Bologna. I mean, Inter played good, but Bologna, man, Skorupski's playing terrible. Their whole defense, like not marking anyone. It was not a good effort from them.
I expected more from Mihalovic's team. Although I will say, if I remember correctly, Bologna, when it was 1-0 Inter, Handanovic made a tremendous save where Bologna could have made it 1-1, which, not to say Bologna would have tied or won, but goals do change the game.
Guys, Inter is it's the best team right now, but it's like when everything has to go the right way. Did you see the goal Barella scored by mistake? They bring the 2 guys to him.
Well, there was a couple of times. There was Dzeko's 1 goal just went through 3 people. Defenders like, no, I don't want to touch it. And like he's like, okay, fine, I guess I'll put this in. Like it was just a terrible.
It was almost as if they just gave up. I expect.
Bologna plays teams tough, and I think that's what you saw when they started going down 3-4-0. They were just so not used to being down by that much that I think they got so demoralized. It was like they fell apart.
Yeah, I agree.
It was
because you can see it, and I still, by the way, Mihalovic said, and I love the fact that he said this, even though it blew up in his face, right? He said before the game, he goes, "Listen, we can go to San Siro and win. It's going to be a hard game, but we can win." Now, that's the mentality that I really do believe he gives his players, even for a small team like Bologna. At least up until this week, last year they played strong. I love that at least he's like, I want to get the maximum out of this team, and not expect us to get killed or just let's just show up. And if we get a point, we're lucky. Like I think that in the most is going to get you further over the course of 40 games than.
You know what? Because the coach like Mihalovic make it play their game. They're not just like Allegri say, all right, let's defend, let's go.
Well, that and like he holds his players accountable, and like they're scared of him, I think, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely has a different mentality coaching than Allegri. I liked Dumfries got hit. I think that was his first start. I thought he was very active on the wing.
He played pretty good, Dumfries.
He played good.
It was hard to tell because, I mean, Bologna was just so bad. But I mean, Dumfries was doing all he wanted on the wing there for a good 20 minutes. It seemed like
he's very quick though. He fits that Hakimi role pretty nicely over there on the wing.
The one cross he put in nicely to Lautaro, right?
Yeah.
That was like perfect.
Beautiful finish, beautiful cross.
Yeah. That was a nice play.
It's a moral, when the team go, everybody play well.
For sure, their confidence is through the roof.
Juventus, they're not never confident, and with a coach like Allegri, they have less confidence than before.
Hey, let's not forget about DeMarco. Daddy's favorite.
DeMarco gets decent. His second start in a row. Yep, he played decent. You saw they're getting goals not just from their forwards; they're getting goals from everywhere. Correa got hurt, and he got Dzeko came in for him.
Yeah, what was his injury? Was it bad or? I saw the injury, but is he out for a long time?
You never know with Correa; he could be out a month, on something silly. So
that's a loss.
Hopefully he's not.
If you see all the coach, after they lose, they encourage the players. Say, I cannot even say nothing against the player because they did the. What he say? If they want to play Juventus, these people, and he offend them, he killed them.
Wait, what? So I missed that whole comment. I know he said that that's the second time he alludes to that. So what? Like
Allegri? No, he was referring to the three people of the institution: Chiesa, Kulusevski, and Keane. Maybe they didn't play well. And say if they want to play Juventus.
So he was calling the players out.
He was calling. First of all, you don't call them out publicly, like just to embarrass them, because
that's how you lose the whole. Everybody is out the proper Chiesa, the national team and everything. Who is he?
He's the one player that is a Juventus player. I don't understand.
That, and that's what I'm worried about.
We just to find out. We have a 2-3 player. One of this is a Chiesa. He even killed them too.
That's what I'm saying. I'm worried he's going to kill him too. This is like,
I don't think you have to worry about that. Anyway, big win for Inter. I think they're at like 10 points.
Yeah, of course. Skriniar look like best than the center forward.
Yeah, he's scoring goals all the time.
He scores all the time. Where Bonucci, Chiellini, where are they?
Yeah, I mean he's very strong on the set pieces. His headers, no one seems to be able to mark him. But even when Vecino's scoring, it's a bad game for the other team. So just I don't give more stock in Inter after this game. I was so down on Bologna after this game that I can't be too hyped.
Yeah, I think Lautaro played really good. I mean, Dumfries played well, and Bologna played so bad.
But matter of fact, you know what? They feel they're strong. Right now, they think they're strong, and that's important.
Yeah, that's
important. They feel shit now.
Well, that and we didn't even talk about the Champions League game, but I didn't watch it. But apparently, they played really well. They didn't really deserve the loss
against Real Madrid.
That's what I heard against Real Madrid.
Real Madrid, they don't deserve to lose.
That's what I mean. So that's good.
The last 15 minutes, Real Madrid they play good.
We haven't seen a bad game from Inter yet. Yeah, I know they tied Samp, but Samp's played pretty decently. So that I don't see that as like a huge loss. They tied.
Right now, they're off to a great start. I'm happy for Inzaghi. It all depends on can they. What happens when they get their first 2 bad results in a row.
Yeah,
do they cut it off? Do they cut it off in 2 results? Or does it become
in the meantime they win?
Does it actually happen?
When it up.
Well,
I don't know
if it happens, 10 games from now and it only lasts a game, then it doesn't matter, right?
Then they'll meet up Juventus and they'll start their winning streak again.
You see, the moral. What do we think as fans? We go for the next 3 games. We're now optimistic because we know we don't have a team.
I'm so worried about the next 3 games.
And they know they don't have a team.
It's confidence. Producer, can you switch over to another game? I mean, there's not much more to say about a 6-0. This game, I don't even know why I made a card for this game. This card sucks so bad.
Salernitana deserved to win.
So I was going to say that too. Atalanta versus Salernitana, 1-0 Atalanta win. That doesn't do.
There was a steal.
This doesn't do. The score doesn't do it justice.
Atalanta is not the way they play last year.
I mentioned before how Quadrado looked hungover. You watch this game, every single one of Atalanta's players looked like they partied the night before. It was ridiculous. They were.
I saw little signs out of Gosens though that he was waking up a little bit. He got
he had
not typical Gosens, but
about Atalanta they tell me something. Without the room, they lost a lot.
Yeah, he's
But
a
you're
good
forgetting-
player.
Since he don't play, the team misses.
But also Muriel's not there too.
Yeah, Muriel is showing you the loss of Muriel, right? Because that was the guy who come in for 20 minutes to score a goal.
Yeah, but in the field to win the game, the Roma through they were good.
But also Hattabor hasn't played all season. Like they are missing pieces.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. But I mean, Salernitana played pretty good. They had
Salernitana they're not a good team, but they hit the post a few times.
Listen.
Musso made a nice save here and there. Like they could have scored 2 or 3.
The first half, Ribery, like they took him out of half because I guess he was dead tired, but like they were playing well. Like the team, it wasn't a bad result.
So Ribery, does he not train? Like, why is he down to 45
He just got. Listen, he's how old, Frankie? He just got there.
Not that old. How old is he?
Ribery's old. He's like 38 years old, man. He's old.
Okay, so is Chiellini. Chiellini plays 90 minutes and beats people up.
Okay, playing forward and defense, you're doing a little bit different running there.
Yeah,
not really.
Yeah, you are. So, anyway,
45 minutes.
They played decent, and they should have at least got a tie out of that game. Atalanta was lucky to get 3 points out of that.
Yes.
And listen, for the championship,
Salernitana did the post. They should have won. Salernitana.
Yeah, Salernitana hit 2 posts.
I think the one criticism I have of Gasparini, right, and like I'm giving him a pass mostly because I don't think they're in shape yet, and that's why they're not playing. But I don't think he realizes how different Freuler and Darun, what they give him in midfield versus when he has a midfield of like Pasalic out there.
Pasalic is not a player.
Frank, what I see, if I'm right, Gasparini is losing something with the player. They don't follow him the way they used to.
It could be over it. You're right.
It could be. I mean, maybe he ran its cycle. But I'm surprised he hasn't found a different alternative there next to Freuler and not Pasalic.
Well, the hope is Kupin Miners, who they bought, that is going to step in and play there.
Which he played terrible when he came in.
Yeah.
He seems like he would be ideal for Atalanta. Like he is a type of player they want.
I think the biggest disappointment about Atalanta so far this year is Malinovsky. He's been freaking atrocious. I picked him to be the MVP of the league. He doesn't even. He's been so bad.
Sometimes that happens too, right? Where people go play the World Cup.
But they did something good.
Yeah. What did they do?
They bought a Musso, which is maybe the best player
he saved them.
right now.
He told you that.
I told you that. He saved them 3 points.
You were saying he's no different than Golini. We told you he's better than Golini.
Even in the Copa, he saved them.
Yeah. Against Villarreal, he made really nice saves, and they wouldn't have got a draw if they had Golini in net. Musso made
you
those
know
saves.
what? He's a cool. He's not He's a cool.
Yeah. Malinovsky, I wonder if he's doing a hangover from the Euros because
well, timeout. His Euros were not good.
No, but I'm saying sometimes it breaks up the break time, right? And then you don't go on to vacation till later, and then you come back and
all I'm saying is I was basing my pick off of the way he ended last year. I mean, I think he was player of the month for the entire league in the month of April.
Malinovsky's a good player.
He was fantastic last year.
Yeah,
and they exaggerate sometimes. They say Illich, when he came in, he was the best. What he did there?
No, he's so lazy and he barely runs. He was
the best.
I actually said when we were watching the game, I actually said to Dan, I would take Illich out after you put him in because that's how bad he was playing.
I'm surprised he hasn't been they haven't just sold him or given him away or something. No one
there's no takers.
There's no market for him. No one wanted him.
Yeah.
No, the Milan want him.
Yeah, but for nothing.
Yeah, they didn't want to pay.
For nothing. They got it. Remember, Milan got Messia from Cotrone.
Yeah.
7 or 8 million.
He hasn't even.
And they could get Illich for nothing.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, like I said,
I think
lucky.
Malinovsky, though. I mean, I think he'll grow into the season. I don't think he'll play the whole year like this, right?
If he plays that way the whole year, Atalanta are doing nothing this season.
They're not even making Champions League if that's the case.
Anyway, they got lucky for 3 points. They should have probably got 0 points.
Although I will say too, I agree that they're playing bad, but I think this is the second result now that they've gotten where they played really bad, but they managed to win 1-0.
Yeah.
And that was always a criticism of Atalanta when they were playing really good, right? That they would dominate most teams, but sometimes they couldn't get a 1-1 result. The team would tie, whatever it was, they would give up points. Sometimes the better teams play a little worse, but hold on to the result. So it could be a positive step if they do that all year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It could be the luck of the team. Even when they play bad, they win.
Yeah, that's what I
Completely
mean, right?
here.
Because like Inter did that last year when they won. Juventus always did that. You don't play good, you get the result 1-0. Like Atalanta would play great, and then they lose points in the end because the team would score 2-2 or 2-1. You know what I mean? Like
defensively, they've always been shaky.
yeah.
Demerol had a nasty knock this game too. They had to take him out. That was kind of rough.
Oh,
Yeah, he got a head injury.
yeah, why did they take him out? By the way, why didn't they just sew him up and he would have brought back
He
in?
was gushing a lot.
He was bleeding
I saw
so
that,
much.
but that wasn't a big.
Oh, he played a lot.
Yeah, but probably 4 or 5 stitches, and you get him back in.
Listen, with Demerol, you're lucky that he's not out for a month after that. You know,
Yeah,
the fact
true.
that he's a couple stitches and he's fine, you'll take it. Anyway, poor performance from them. Dom, go to the next game. Pick another one. Udinese Napoli is the last card that we have. So this game was today. Yeah, I didn't get to see this. I saw highlights. I mean, it looks pretty one-sided, 4-0 win Napoli over Udinese. Napoli is the only undefeated team in the entire league, 12 points out of 12.
You're right.
They have goals from Osimhen started it. They had 2 defenders score. Koulibaly scored a second game in a row, and Lozano scored the 4th goal.
And did you see the goal Ramadao score? The point from free kick?
The header, right?
Different. No, the free kick. The player at the free kick. Insigne, come si chiama? Number 8, come
Ruiz,
out from there, pass on the left, in the middle.
Yeah, they didn't take. They ran a play instead of just going.
And there was a little bit fault. I think Silvestri in there. I think he should have reached that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Silvestri's fault. From seeing the highlights, Silvestri still made a few saves. Napoli hit the post. Ruiz hit a nice curler from outside, hit the post. It could have been 5, 6, 7 goals for Napoli from what I saw. You said the first 15 minutes Udinese played pretty decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, I didn't watch it.
No,
but,
the first 15 minutes they played good.
Yeah, but all the highlights indicated the other way. 4-0 domination from Napoli.
No, but and then what happened? The coach, the next coach, realized the game was done.
So
and they took the 2-3 of the best player to relax for the next game.
Their coach is Gatti, right? Is that the coach?
Yeah. Which and they've been a pretty solid team so far this season. You know, they were top 6 before
They
we
have 7
started.
points, Udinese.
Yeah,
That's because they played Juventus.
So, well, anyway.
With the Juventus, they were lucky.
Yeah, okay. Everyone's lucky against Juventus.
No, you forgot to goal. Chesney gave it to him.
Yeah. I don't want to relive that.
We don't forget Chesney.
Anyway, is anything else you guys want to say about this? It was a pretty easy, straightforward game.
Listen, since half our family's from Naples, good. Run with it because Juventus sucks. At this point, I just want Atalanta and Naples to do good this year.
Yeah.
So in the chat, really quick, Pon goes, everyone is lucky when playing Juventus because
that's right too. That's right too.
Exactly.
Well,
Even
we can't even argue with
Spezia is going to do a good game on Sunday.
100%. That's going to be a struggle.
Wednesday. Because Juventus get there. Let's live in 2 points. That's
the thing. And everyone, we've always said it, everyone gets up for the game against Juventus. You know, they always put their best foot or try to put their best foot forward.
But if we were a good team, we would win anyway.
Of course. Yeah.
Now, we're not team, people can win.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was surprised, honestly, the game against Milan. I was surprised in the beginning of the game, Juventus was favorites. I know that they were home, and then Milan had a lot of injuries.
But did you see Empoli beat us, says lose with everybody.
Yeah, Empoli versus us, man. Cuso, everyone looked good. We're like, wow, they're
Cutrone, Nordal, sembrano bastard.
We saw them versus, we saw them versus Juve.
They look great. Now they're losing with everybody.
Yeah.
It's so true. It's so true.
Dom, throw up the rest of the games for the week, and we'll quickly run down the rest of the scoreboard. So this game, the first game of the week on Friday, Sassuolo versus Torino. Torino won 1-0. Torino played so freaking good.
Yeah, the best game I remember Torino from the last 25 years.
I mean, talk about a difference with a coach. Juric has that team playing 100% different than what they've been doing the last 2-3 years.
And for the most part, it's pretty much the same exact team.
Yep.
That's why
Daniel, I don't remember Torino played that with this well 25 or 30 years.
I mean, just in recent memory, though, the last 3 years have been atrocious. And
No,
I tell you something, Daniel. If we have to Juventus to Torino, if they play like
100% Torino's winning. 100%.
You know what I really want? I want Juric to go to a team where they'll give him the players he actually wants. They would be deadly. Absolutely
and if you remember, Juric was pissed at this transfer market from Torino. He didn't get what he wanted, and he's still putting out a good effort with the players that he has.
Well, we were all very bullish on Juric. Dan was like leading that charge, right? And we were all saying Juric is going to turn Torino around, and that's a pure example of the coach making a difference. Like it really is the same exact team they have. Like,
and Sassuolo had their chances, but Torino could have had 5-6 goals. Like they hit the post, they had nice saves, shots saved. That game was not a 1-0 game. That game could have been. It was way more entertaining than a 1-0 game.
Yeah.
Next game, Genoa versus Fiorentina, 2-1 victory for Fiorentina. On the Genoa side, I will just reiterate what Frank said. Rovella is the only one with class on that team.
I didn't see the game. But if Rovella was the good one, I know player. Rovella, you know what Rovella need? Some experience, like to get stronger.
Well, that's why I like that he's playing.
As a player, he's a good player.
For sure. He's got quality.
It's you know what it is, Daniel? It's like when you buy Inter by Barella and you don't make him play. Or you send it to Serie B. When you buy someone, either you like and you make him play, or you don't buy at all.
Yeah. He takes all their free kicks. He's the one who, if they pass the ball to him, he takes the corners. If they pass the ball to him, he can spring people free.
So you know what I like about him most is he demands the ball. He wants it every single time.
They don't pass to him sometimes.
They don't pass it to him, but he moves to position, asking for the ball all the time.
Yeah,
that's what the midfielder is supposed to do. Get closer to the action.
Those are strong signs from him. On Fiorentina's side, another coach who's making a huge impact, Italiano, who they bought some players.
Hey,
what?
Time out. Do you see Rabiot or Bentancur get closer to the action?
No, they run away from
it. They run away. They never closer to the action. Give me the ball.
Yeah. On the Fiorentina side, like I was saying, they had, first of all, Baraschi on Genoa came in, playing right back. He gave Sampanara so much space on the first goal that, like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be marking him. And he had a clear open shot it was a beautiful shot, but, terrible defending. And then they're defending on the second goal, too.
Listen, I got to say, Sampanara is old now, right? What is he, like 30-something, 30 or whatever? Sampanara was one of those players that for the first 5 years of his career, I always wanted him to get a little bit more trust from the coach and not get hurt all the time.
So much potential.
He played with Milan and he didn't do nothing.
But they didn't give him the time, the trust. He got hurt. I think he was somebody that else, if he would have gotten the space, I think he would have been decent.
So it's
a very discontinuous, this guy.
Yeah, he's inconsistent. If you remember, he played for Spezia last year for Italiano, and Italiano loved him, so they bought him for him.
It was great. When he scored, he ran.
Yeah, he ran right to him. Like they're best friends. So really good for them. I think they're in 5th place. Way different than the way they started last year with their coaches and Prandelli and Iachini and total scrubs.
Going back to Juventus, Chiesa scores. I wouldn't be surprised if he flips off Allegri.
Look, next game, Empoli-Sampdoria. Empoli has a 3 point just with us.
Okay. Now, listen, Empoli-Samp, 3-0 win for Samp. I'm going to give the floor to Chris because you know what time it is.
That's just
Caputo time.
So the thing is, he was 2 goals, great. He could have had 4.
He could have had 4, though.
Yeah,
he could have had 4. He had 4 good chances that he screwed up.
If you think about Sampdoria as the forward, 3 of them they get 200 years.
I know.
No, 3 of them are 100 years.
Yeah, but the thing is, their team is good.
37 Quagliarella.
Quaranello doesn't play much anymore. It doesn't seem like that.
Correa e come su
Candreva.
Candreva.
Yeah.
Who's been awesome.
Combined 100 years old, and I love them. They're so fun to watch.
They are.
Candreva's better than DeCilio.
But you
That's
know
not
what
even
that
close.
means?
They play
If you
different
treat people
positions.
like 100 years when they should be 60 years to treat people. The way I see.
Yeah.
Because
It's great.
if it wasn't me, I would have 20 years to 21, they should have played with me.
But here's the
I'm not
difference.
saying that you are inexperienced.
Here's the difference. I don't think Sampadoria is paying these old guys so much money. I think they're
No.
there to make the group, to bring experience, to get what they can out of the field, but they're not bankrupting the club.
No, I mean Candreva's making a lot less money than he was making with Inter.
Yeah.
So it was a good buy by them, though. A lot of people complained about Samp's transfer window because they only bought old players. But those players have been so solid, and veterans. There's something to say about veterans. They help the team. They help stabilize things.
Plus they have guys like Damsgaard and Thorsby. Like their team's good. Their
Is
roster's
this our first official Caputo's corner?
No, he puts it there every week. But this is the first time he scored.
Yeah, this is the first time he scored though. We started off
time he
saying 2 years ago
scored,
every
come
time he
on.
scored.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's got 2 already, so
See,
he's got
that's
more
why
than every forward on Juventus.
give away.
because he's fighting with people.
Venezia 1, Spezia 2. This game, I watched this game. I don't remember much of it.
Too. I watched the first half, and
I think it was a Saturday game. I don't remember. Early Sunday morning, 6:30 game. I can't remember.
yeah, it was 6:30.
Yeah, so I was barely awake, but I was
Or
watching.
9 a.m. 6:30.
All I remember was a very late goal. Spezia pulled it out, right?
Yeah, they scored in like the
Roma
92nd minute.
0-1. The goal. What is that?
Oh, that's a typo. It should say 3-2 Rome.
You found our typo.
You
of
found
the
the
week.
typo. Sorry.
Congratulations.
Listen, I had to make the new graphics. This took a lot
I
of time.
think we should have an official typo of the week segment, and we should have it sponsored by
Grammarly.
Whiteout.
Whiteout.
Whiteout, if you're listening.
Do
you can
people still
sponsor
use
our
Whiteout?
typo. I don't know idea.
Okay.
Typo of the week segment by Whiteout.
Lazio Cagliari 2-2 draw. Lazio dropped points again. I know Chris is a huge fan of João Pedro. He says it every week, but he had a goal and assist again, right?
Yeah, but there, you know what it is? Lazio, Verona, there is the 2 teams that change the coach.
Lazio Verona? What are you talking about?
No, Cagliari
Right.
and
Yeah.
Verona, they change the coach.
Yeah, and Sarri was suspended. This game. He
Cagliari,
was up
it's
in,
come si chiama? Mazzarri,
yeah.
which had the coach Inter Lazio, mi pare, I think.
Yeah,
And
they fired their coach this week too.
Italy is too. Can I just say Italy just fires way too many coaches?
Yeah, that's been their history forever.
They don't give a chance.
They don't give a chance. Like 3
You
weeks.
see,
like, I hired you, now you're
according to,
fired.
they told you the problem we have, the 4 years contract we gave it to Allegro. Otherwise, it would have been one.
You guys got to get off this. He's not going anywhere.
No,
So to talk about it is
Daniel,
stupid.
you would, Christopher, you would have missed him in the coach.
Listen though, but if you hire a coach,
If Allegro didn't have the 4 years, he would have been the first one.
if you hire a coach, right, and assuming that the owner didn't pick it, but let's say they have a sporting director and he hires the coach, and you're firing the coach 3-4 weeks later, isn't that reason to fire the people running the team too? Like,
Yeah,
why did
you clearly
change
don't
the
have a
team?
direction.
Yeah, to change your mind in 3 weeks.
Let's
like,
be
you know what you're
serious.
doing.
Let's be serious. A Juventus, 4 game, 2 point, it's the coach to be sent away.
Yeah, well, it's pretty
In
close.
any other circumstance, yeah. If this
Look,
was Allegri,
Juventus, 2
If this
points.
was his last year, yeah.
Well,
if this was his last year of a contract, yeah.
So timeout. So he did sign a new contract 4 years. If this was still Pirlo and it was like this start, he would have
They
been
would
gone.
have thrown him out.
no, I don't think
yeah.
so. I don't think
Yes,
so.
then 100% he would have been gone.
Yeah, 100%.
Coming off of last year, I
Mistake,
think,
we did the
If
4
it was his
years.
first year, I'm saying.
No, second.
Oh,
I'm saying
not
No,
first.
if it was his second year, yes, they would have fired. If it was his first year, and
4
they did
years
this,
to
they would have.
Allegro. That's the big
Yeah.
mistake.
Tom, throw up
Listen,
the table.
it goes back again to even these other teams, not Juventus, though. how do you hire a coach just to fire him 3-4 weeks later? Like,
No,
that tells me you don't know what
no.
the hell you're doing.
You don't.
Look
You
at
don't
that,
do that.
Juventus. Well,
So if you're looking at the table, I mean, and if you're
how's
listening
the
to the
weather
podcast,
down there?
we're not going to read off the whole table for you. But if you look to the bottom, if you lower your neck a little bit,
Hey, you
you'll
know
see-
what?
go a
This,
little lower than that.
how's the weather down there? We used to tell people.
you'll
How's the
see
weather down there?
Juventus is currently being relegated. If the season ended today, they would not be in the league anymore, which is insane.
Serie B is so cool.
Look at that.
2 points. The only undefeated team is Napoli with 12 points. Inter Milan have 10. Rome has 9. Fiorentina, 9 points.
Look at Polo.
Empoli 3 points just against Juventus. They have more points than Juventus. It's pretty atrocious.
Jesus Christ.
Here's the bad thing about Juventus in all seriousness. Not only is it just sad that we have 2 points after 4 games, but we haven't exactly played the best teams either. Like, we had a game versus Milan. We had a game versus Napoli. The other two were crappy teams.
Yeah, I mean,
About the prediction, Wednesday.
Wait, time out.
Wednesday, how many points do we have?
we're gonna do the predictions.
Really quickly, time out. I find it pretty impressive that Salernitana has 0 points but 10 goals plus.
Oh, sorry, that should be negative 10. You found the second. You found the second typo. Clearly, that's negative 10. All right, just you know what? I was rushed doing this. Our producer's yelling at me on a Monday when I'm working. Get the slides in. Minus 10 points.
Hey, you want to know something? Today I was watching Udinese and Napoli. At 2 goals, I changed switch. I even lose the will to wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anyway.
because I'm comparing Juventus. Come on.
Yeah, we get it.
We understand the frustrations, and so you see that they are.
What if I was to
relegated.
tell you that the 4 games you've watched by Juventus so far this year is going to be their best 4 of the year?
I wouldn't even mind.
The best goal of the year.
Christ.
We could,
Jeez,
that
look
would give
at
us
that,
something
2
to talk about.
points.
2
Look at
points,
this,
man.
look at that.
Yo, a half point every game. That's a good pace.
That's pretty bad. Man. All right, next slide.
Yeah, Dom, go to the next.
We're on pace for 19 this season.
Dom, go to our predictions just so we can update. Again, if you watched our episode last week.
I'm still a 1. Oh.
All right, just let me explain. If you watched the episode last week, the last 10 minutes of the show cut out, poorly produced again. That's why it says on the left there, we need a new producer. We don't have the predictions picked from last year. Last week. We can't remember them. The only one I remember was the Juventus Milan, and we all picked Milan except for you, and we all got it wrong because nobody picked tie. So nobody got any points this week. This week we'll make up for it. Well, this week we have an
I
excuse.
wasn't close though. I wasn't close to 1.
Well, we were all close. What are you talking about?
Close
we were all the same distance.
Actually, we were probably closer because Milan should have won.
So for this prediction thing, I'm going to add 2 points for Chris for his correct selection of Di Francesco getting.
So now he's at 7?
So Chris will be at 7, starting.
Wow.
Thanks,
He's
everybody.
already run away with it.
Yeah.
For those of you that have not been tallying, these point totals are out of a potential 317.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
no, come on.
Hey, Pandi get us to Serie B. No.
Yeah.
We're going to be on the 4th place
no,
for
but
sure. And
He's right. What year was that they got relegated?
we still go for the 4th
2006.
championship.
2006, 2005, they got relegated around there for for the
scandal.
The scandal. It wasn't because of
that
their
was
play.
horseshit, by the way.
Anyway, all this is what I say. I'm still optimistic. We're going to get to the championship.
I'm not as optimistic as you.
Up over here.
All right,
Can we
Dom,
bring
go.
back Moji?
Dom, go to week 5. So if you guys don't know, games start tomorrow. We have a midweek game. So there's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I think round 6 start Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or some shit like that. I don't know.
What? Tuesday and Friday?
So there's games tomorrow. There's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then there's
There is
weekend
2
games.
big games. Atalanta, Sassuolo, Fiorentina, Inter. E Spezia, Juventus.
Spezia Juventus is a big game.
Battle of B.
Honestly, that Torino-Lazio game is a good game. Samp-Napoli is a good game. There's good games midweek.
There's good games. I
The
said
problem-
better than
Roma
last week.
Udinese, but
Even
The-
Verona Salernitana could be an entertaining game.
The problem is these are midweek games, and you can never predict these.
it
can never
don't
watch
get
them
for
either.
the low standing, especially events.
All right, so what's the plan here? Are we going to pick 4 here? And
I
4
say we
round-
pick 4 here, and we pick 4 in weeks.
Yeah, let's do
for
it.
round
Let's do
6.
it.
All right. You know, I got to make up points on Chris, so we're going to do 4 and 4. So we each pick a game each week, and then we'll quickly run down our selections. I'll go first. I'm going to say Torino-Lazio. I'm saying 2-1 Torino. They're home. They're playing really well. Lazio, I don't trust.
Well, you're not making points up on this one because I was going to say 2-1 Torino.
Damn you. He's stealing my selections.
I was also going
I
to
say-
say 2-1 on there.
I say 3-2 Torino.
3-2. So no one's picking Lazio. Jesus, we just jinxed them. All right. Somebody else pick a game.
All right, Fiorentina Inter. I'm going to say 2-2. Fiorentina's home. I like the way they're playing. Inter's got to blow it at some point.
Midweek game. I mean, this is definitely a
2-1
tough
Fiorentina.
2-1 Fiorentina.
1-1.
I'm going to say 2-1 Inter.
1-1.
So Dan just likes to try to make up points on it. I see.
No, I'm realistic with Inter. They're a very good
Yeah.
team. You guys don't give them enough credit,
No,
man.
I agree. But, like, Fiorentina's no slouch. They've been playing well.
1-1 is okay.
Yeah, I mean, anything can happen. Again, it's midweek. Frank, pick one.
Okay.
You want to go Atalanta Sassuolo and he'll pick Spezia Juventus?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
we
do
do.
Atalanta Sassuolo.
Although Napoli Samp is a good game, too.
It is a good game.
Yeah, Napoli Samp. Yeah, let's do Napoli's Samp, I think.
Okay, fine. Samp is home. Samp versus Napoli. Samp home. What do
Hey,
you
Samp
got?
Napoli,
2-2.
I'll give a tie in there.
I just said 2-2.
What's the score you get?
1-1. Sampdoria.
What about you, Chris?
Oh, this is tough. 2-1 Napoli.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's going to play the 3 geezers up top again after 2 days rest. So I'm going to say 3-1 Napoli.
Okay.
And then we got Spezia versus Juventus. Spezia's home. What do we got?
I think we will win 2-0.
Wait, so you're saying their first shutout in 19 games? No way in hell. That being said, Spezia does suck. No,
I really want to pick Spezia in this.
2-2, I'm saying. Fuck it.
The draw. You know what? I'll go and draw 2-1-1.
I'm gonna say 2-1 Juventus. I need to get points. Even though I think your 1-1 or 2-2 will be way more entertaining.
2-0 Juventus.
All right. So we have some differences there. Let's go to round 6. This will be the weekend games. I haven't looked into these games, so I don't know if they're good either. Round 6. Quickly looking at it. Man,
There's some good ones.
Samp has a hard schedule. Inter
They
then
do.
Juventus 3 days later. Jesus.
right.
Samp gives Juventus a hard time every time they play. Just to keep that in check.
Let's start with the derby, Lazio and Rome. I'm going to say 2-1 Rome, just because I think.
I'm going to say 2-2. These games are always tight and impossible to predict, so I'm going to go with the easy route of the draw.
1-1.
I'm gonna say
And
1-1.
there's going to be fans, which is going to be awesome for that
I'm
game.
gonna say 1-1. Yep.
All right. Let's pick Inter Atalanta. Crazy game. That's a really good game. And I don't see Atalanta keeping up with Inter right now. They're playing way worse than Inter. So I'm going to say 3-1 Inter.
1-0 Atalanta.
Yeah. See, I could see Atalanta resting players now this midweek and gearing up for this game. So I could see them winning. I don't know. I'm at 2-1 Atalanta. Let's go for it.
In my last pick, I think I picked I think Inter to lose or to tie. What did I say? Who are they playing?
I don't know. We got to go back to the tape. Everyone forgot what we were kind of just rattled these off, Frank. So
Yeah.
we'll go back to it.
I'm gonna.
Pons is all on board, though. He picks Inter every time.
Yeah, I think 1-1.
1-1. So everyone picked theirs for that one?
Yeah.
All right, so somebody else pick a game.
You got to pick Juventus and Samp, no?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So Pietro, start us off. What do you think? Is he awake?
Pick Juventus.
Juventus
Sam.
Sam. What's your score? I don't know if you can hear us.
Can you hear us?
What? I don't hear.
Juventus Sam.
Juventus Sampdoria.
Yeah, what's your prediction?
1-0 Juventus.
1-0 Juventus. I'm saying 1-1 draw.
Yeah, I'm saying 1-1 too.
I'm saying I think Sampdoria could win this game, but I'm going to say 2-1 Juventus.
2-1. So you picked Juventus 2 games in a row to win? Are you freaking insane? You
Yeah.
just got finished saying 9 out of 9 is impossible. They're lucky if they get 5, and you just gave them 6.
I wasn't really paying attention though. Can I go back?
Clearly you weren't paying attention. So who didn't pick a game?
I think Frank.
I didn't.
Oh, I don't hear you.
That's not my fault. I don't know why you can't hear.
Sucks being you.
We'll get his prediction off air if he can hear.
Let's do Udinese Fiorentina.
Yeah, I mean that's an okay one.
All right, 3-1 Fiorentina.
3-1 Fiorentina. I'm gonna say 2-1 Fiorentina.
Yeah, I'm going 2-1 Fiorentina as well.
And I don't know. Can you hear us? Udinese Fiorentina. What's your prediction?
1-1.
1-1 draw. All right, so we got everyone's selections. We can have some big shaking in the standings over here with 8 games to predict. Chances are we'll each get 1 point throughout the entire 8 games. But yeah, Frank's probably going 0 for 8. Definitely because he picked Juventus to win 2 games. All right, I think that finishes it for this week. We went over an hour and 15 minutes.
A year in the books.
1 year in the
gold.
books of the best podcast you've ever listened to. Ever not listened to. Either one. Like, subscribe. Yeah, like, subscribe, YouTube, Twitch, all your podcast formats.
Comment. Give us some predictions.
Yeah, we got a Twitter. Write us. We'll write back. All that good stuff.
Thank you to our sponsors. Whiteout, Depends.
And the 3 car companies. Don't forget that.
And the 3 car companies, Mitsubishi, Honda, and Suzuki.
Yep. Suzuki. I think it's a baseball player. I don't know.
Nice.
He said good night.
He just walked away.
He didn't even turn his camera off. He's like, screw you. Anyway, have a good night. Enjoy the 2 rounds. We'll have a lot to talk about next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.